In
Greetings
progress.
from the home office of Oliabo. My name is Joe Morton. I'm joined, of course, with our CEO. I'm pointing over here because he's on the other side of that wall. My brother Gordon, CEO, and I'll point over there to Kent Wood, who will be also is with us, and Adam and Curtis and Ashley and the whole team here. And welcome everyone. Look at we got Peterborough, Ontario, with Derek on the line. Welcome, Derek from Peterborough. I know exactly where that is. Been many times. And Katrina, welcome from Surrey. Wonderful. And of course, Malcolm coming from the Philippines, and Brenda. And welcome everyone. Of course, Adam. And welcome to this call. This is our midweek call. Hello, Simon, welcome. This is our midweek call that takes place on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Of course, Mountain Standard Time. Well, hello Norway. We got Norway. We got Jim. We got a whole group of people here joining. So you're going to keep coming. Hello, Charlie. Welcome. And from Auckland, we have Auckland, New Zealand in the house. How exciting is that? So here we are. In fact, Adam and I just finished a call with South Africa. That was South Africa that bounced back to the United States because there's already someone signing someone up here in the United States. So this is truly, hey, Donna, this is truly a global opportunity that has hit the ground. We're only 4 months into this amazing journey called Oliabo. If you're wondering, if you're here for the first time, you're saying, what is Oliabo? What is the name? Well, Oliabo is our brand name. We've created it. Olia is Italian for oil, and botanical or botanica is Italian for botanical. And Oliabo, it's our trademark name, and this is our company. And although this is a Mediterranean kind of story that we have with Oliabo, Gordon and I go back to Italy. You can see the images that Ben so impressively created for my wall. I've got some images of Italy back here, even the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like, how cool is that? And so, yes, this is a Mediterranean kind of story. However, it's got our special part of the story, which is Italian, because our mother was born and raised in northern Italy, just north of Venice, in a place called Treviso. And so here we are. We have our flagship product, Prima, right here for those who are wondering about it. What is this product? Yes, this is our flagship product. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the marketing, the packaging behind this. Thank you, all those wonderful comments that are coming through. Love it. And Curtis is right. You can click below and find out more about Prima, more about the opportunity. So we're grateful to be here with you all. Thank you for joining wherever you might be. And with that said, I'm going to turn it to my big brother, Gordon, our CEO, and the vision behind this, the one who had this visionary idea of taking olive tree derived products and putting it into this amazing product here and the products that have come from it. So Gordon, take it away.
Well, thank you, little brother. Appreciate it. I cannot take credit for something that Mother Nature put on this earth thousands of years ago, but I will tell you this. I think we're on to the best kept secret that is never been really a secret. It's been right in front of us the whole time. If you're new to one of these calls, welcome. As Joe said, I'm Gordon. People that have known me for a few years know that Joe and I were raised as weird herbal gerbils way before it was ever cool. So we were into health and nutrition before health and nutrition was like before there was GNC and uniforms and things like that. Folks, we got a heck of a call ahead of us here, and I don't want to take too much time. I'll be jumping back in, but folks, this industry's a buzz right now. I have been on the phone, it seems like, for the last 72 hours with people that I think just got sick and tired of being sick and tired of their ghetto company opportunity, whatever you would like to say, and everybody wants to know when the magic's coming back to this industry and to the health and wellness industry, and we're bringing it back. And when I say we, you, me, us, all of us, we're talking about elegant nutrition today. We're going to talk a little bit about elegant nutrition, elegant skincare, with the energy of NASCAR, like only a group of folks in the Western world can do. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but we're creating some big checks for folks that are just doing what they naturally do, and that is buzzing about something natural. Olive-derived products. Olive-derived products. Isn't that crazy? We've been tripping over them for years. My mom had a health food store, and she never sold olive oil or olive-derived products in it in the 1970s and the 80s. But we always had the highest quality olive oil in our house because she was Italian, and no self-respecting Italian would be caught with canola oil cooking and that sort of thing. So, um, yeah, about a year and change ago, talked to my brother and some of the wonderful folks on the line, Curtis and Ashley. I think that was the original group of us, and we started talking. And I started talking to some friends in the field. Ray being one of the earliest ones. And we kind of all of us got sick of murmuring. There was a murmuring, like, oh my gosh, these companies are boring. There's nothing new in health and nutrition. Everything looks like the same old, same old. And I was like, I'm done with this. No more freaking Katy Perry, Imagine Dragons. I'm telling you what, folks, in my world, a police siren is not a musical instrument, okay? I am all about amplified guitars, and that's just me. Um, I was done with that kind of stuff. So we are going to jump into a call right now. I want to take jumper cables and put about 1,000 volts of energy into an industry that desperately needs it. And we have been building towards a date. That date is May the 4th. Every time I say it, I know that I could see Curtis, or instantly Curtis wins because the pressure's on. Because Curtis, this is where Curtis, you get to see the mad scientist behind the scenes here. This is where his brain doesn't even think like a normal human being. It's just like robotics. It's like the Matrix when you watch that. Is it Tank? Which one is the one that does like at the keyboard, Curtis? I don't know. Every time I do something like that, you correct me. So, folks, that is nowhere near the introduction I was planning on giving, but I think that's a good start. I see from that slide, Adam, are we ready to launch we have a short 90-second clip on Flex, one of our products, topical olive-derived products. And Adam, it looks like he's starting. Okay, I'll let it go and shut up for a second.
With Flex, we asked a familiar question in a new context. What happens when all of science is designed specifically for movement?
Texture matters. Delivery matters. How something feels matters. You shouldn't have to choose between something effective and elegant.
So we carried forward the same philosophy behind Prima: precision, protection, and intention.
Carefully selected olive-derived phytonutrients, balanced delivery, formulated to meet the body where effort lives.
Something you reach for, not something you forget.
Small care repeated.
Because wellness isn't only what you take in, it's what you apply, what you support, what you sustain. From daily rituals to daily movements, the olive continues to adapt with us.
Flex, olive power, in motion.
Support that moves with you. Oliabo is a company that sets the olive standard. It's our focus and our passion. The olive tree, distilled for everyday life.
Nice. Yeah, I'm seeing this for the first time, much of it. Okay, that is my voice, and I'm on there, right? But I think the editing was done like a minute ago, finalized, actually, something like that, probably. I walked by you before I walked in, and I go, and Ashley's like, "Have you seen the new Flex video?" I go, "I think I'm about to." So this is the fun of how fast things are moving right now around here. Ashley, with that being said, I see your intro slide. Can I brag on you for a second?
Fine, I guess.
Ashley Brown, my good friend. I've known Ashley for, as crazy as this sounds, Ashley and I have known each other for almost 20 years, 19 years. I've worked with Ashley, and she's a phenomenal human being. She has so many accolades. She's also kind of a partner in an entertainment company that I work on as well. We've made 3 independent movies together. She's helped me with those. And she's also an organic skincare specialist, an organic skincare formulator. I have to say that because that's not on this slide. And that's her. She's not just the chief product officer. She's the spokesperson for a line of skincare. So actually, what do you got to share with us today?
Oh man, thanks, Gordon. That was so
Okay.
kind of you. Okay, so you guys, I know you've been waiting for Viso Luxe, and we've been saying, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Here it comes, really. It's finally shipped out. All your pre-orders are like, they're coming to you. You're going to be receiving them any day. And again, we would love your testimonials. We love your before and after pictures. So don't forget to snap that before picture before you start using it. Especially when you have to deal with redness, deep set lines, facial skin sagging, discoloration, anything like that, that you're like, okay, I want to really target this. Would love to see those pictures. So please, please, please send them to me. Okay,
Ashley,
and yes.
go ahead. Good.
Oh no, nope. And then we are actually finishing our Viso Luxe series. Where I'm kind of talking about Viso Luxe, what it is. It's some training videos, and we're on our final one. If we want to share it.
Oh,
I know,
this
Adam,
is-
you were ready for me and I wasn't ready. Thanks. Viso Luxe was created to simplify skincare without sacrificing performance. One thoughtful formula designed to support multiple aspects of skin appearance, because skincare should feel intentional, not complicated. And radiant skin begins with beautifully simple care. Viso Luxe is our invitation to experience skincare that is refined and inspired by nature. Viso Luxe starts at $27 per unit. It's also available in a convenient 4-pack, making it easy to share, care, and introduce to others. It's a simple ritual for anyone who wants to care for their skin and age gracefully and radiantly. Okay, so that's the final chapter of Viso Luxe. So we'll go put that in the back office so you guys are able to share it, use it for anything that you need with all the other chapters and all the other training material that's back there as well. So that's Viso Luxe. Excited for you guys to actually get it in your hands.
Awesome. Ashley, thank you so much. If you guys
you.
didn't notice, there's a little rollerball on there. Somebody was in my office yesterday and I had one on my desk and they're like, wait, it's a rollerball? I'm like, oh my gosh, did you not see that it's a rollerball? And they're like, I listened to the calls when I'm oh, okay, I guess the A and the V only, it helps when you're doing this. So yes, I noticed Kent's slides coming up, but let me just brag one last thing on Ashley. She's an organic skincare formulator, which is a lot of blah, 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 freaking blah about, let me tell you what I hear about Ashley regularly. Ashley, let me brag on you, okay? Ashley and I have worked together for 20 years. I need you to, Ashley and I have worked together for 20 years. She has been an adult the entire time. There have been times where Ashley is, seriously, Ashley, up until a couple of years ago, people were like, do you have ID so you can prove that you can sign for this thing? Are you 18? I was like, this is a little bad. There was one point, remember when I was standing there, Ashley, and somebody's like, you have beautiful kids. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm insulted by. You think Ashley's my kid? Okay. Anyway, she's a much better spokesperson for skincare than I am. Also, I'll tell you, a much better CFO than I would be is my partner, Kent Wood, here, who's about to talk with you folks. Kent is the chief financial officer for our company. And I put that out there because newbies to the call, you want to make sure this thing is about to explode. You want to make sure that the dude counting the numbers has a much more pragmatic brain than me. Okay. And this is my buddy, Kent. We have worked together. Kent, how long have we worked together? Long time, eh? Longer than 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gordon, we first crossed paths in probably 1994.
Whew. Wow, Kent. Yes. And I remember
30 plus years.
I remember running into you on a lunch when I was working at a company called Sterling Health, and I ran into you at the bagel shop that your parents owned down in East Bay. And I had just got off the phone with Ray Heron. This is the world's intertwined. So, partner, that was way too long an introduction. For the new folks on the line, I just want to make sure that they know who the executives are in this company. So I did a probably less than perfect job with yours, but take it away, Kent.
Gordon, I am so grateful to partner with you in this and with our amazing field leaders. We love seeing our field leaders have success and rewarding them with payments every single week. In the last 48 hours, we've paid the March monthly commission payments. We've paid first quarter quarterly bonuses. And tomorrow we'll send out last week's weekly bonuses. But we're going to take you through one of the promotions that we're having, which is triple double. So we did double up in February, double in the month of March. And this month we have extended it for the final month as triple double. With this promotion, we are rewarding the top enrollers with $1,000, $2,000, sorry, $1,000 to second place, $500 to third place, and then 4th through 10th receive various swag and other one-of-a-kind prizes. The push that we saw in the month of March encouraged us to extend this one more month for April. And we are excited to recognize a number of new names if we can go to the leaderboard way through the month of April. I want to highlight there are a number of colors on this, identifying just the diversity of leaders that we have succeeding with our triple double promotion. Our number one enroller thus far in April enrolled in March. 2 of our top 10, highlighted in blue, have been with us less than a month. There are a number of our top 10, highlighted in that lavender color, who were part of our top 10 last month. The one highlighted in orange was part of our top 20, now number 13 this month. So continuing to demonstrate consistent results, consistent activity to grow their businesses. We will hear, I believe, from Rod later on, who's currently ranked number 4. And then number 5 is a person, Sue, who just enrolled this month. Because she enrolled this month and we have the Doppio promotion, she is actually the focal point of the example that I will give, highlighting what people are doing to increase their sprint or their weekly pay based on the Doppio promotion. So Adam, if you can advance the slide, we will highlight the typical sprint payout is 25% to the very first level. So Teresa enrolls Sue. Teresa happens to be at 300 PV. Teresa, thanks for your order today. I saw it come through. You've been exceptionally consistent. And so she qualifies by being 200 or more for 2 levels of sprint commissions. Sue did the exact same thing that her upline has done, and that is have a 300 PV order, meaning as Sue's business begins to grow, she will also qualify for 2 levels of sprint commissions. So based on Sue enrolling and then a number of customers totaling over 400 in PV, Teresa has received 116 of regular sprint earnings from the first and second level calculation, and Sue just over $100 in those sprint level earnings. The good is getting even better because of the Doppio promotion, where we are rewarding bonuses, matching bonuses for the upline enroller, and super or additional bonuses for the brand new brand partners that are enrolling in the month of April and earning sprint. So let's go to the next slide, identifying how Doppio is rewarding both Teresa and Sue just based on what's already happened over the last 10 days or so. Teresa, she gets a 25% match of Sue's first level sprint commissions, meaning she makes an additional $25, almost $26, pushing her earnings to about $141 just on Sue's activity this early in her business. Sue gets the matching bonus gets the super bonus of 50% of her base sprint commissions. And so she gets an extra just over $50, pushing her earnings to $153.75. That's strictly based on customer activity under Sue. What happens if Sue enrolls a brand partner who starts to duplicate the activity that she and Teresa have already established? So let's go to the next slide. And so the the lavender brand partner is a fictitious scenario where if Sue brings that brand partner in for the same order that she and Teresa have had, and then helps that brand partner just get a couple of customers and 200 PV, this is what would change in the payout, because not only would Sue be making the additional 50% on her first level commissions, she's also going to start making a matching commission on that new brand partner. And so her commission, her regular sprint from that little activity almost doubles, goes from just over $100 to nearly $200. Her Doppio earnings jumps from about $50 all the way up to $95, making Sue's total earnings just from this little activity almost $300. The reason why I selected the fictional amounts that I did, 300 for that brand partner, duplicating what Sue has already done, and another $200 200 points in customer volume, puts Sue at a rank, helping her jump to that very first rank in her first month with us at Oliabo. You'll see that Teresa's earnings jump by more than $50 because of the Doppio promotion. Sue's jumps by nearly 150, and this new brand partner, yet to be named new brand partner, makes about $75 just from enrolling 2 customers, 200 PV, or 1 customer at 200 PV. So we are excited to reward people with this additional the additional power that comes from the sprint portion of our compensation plan. There is going to be a training from Adam and Ron, our commissions director. Watch for that in the next 24 hours or so, highlighting sprint, realizing that through the month of April, because of Doppio, we are going to be accelerating the amounts that people can earn from enrolling brand partners and teaching them how to get started with the sprint commissions every week. With that, I will hand it to Adam and Gordon, because the sprint ends up leading you to some of the most amazing reward trips and other incentives that this company has to offer.
Awesome. Thank you, Kent. Appreciate it, partner. I don't know if you've noticed, Kent isn't Italian. He's Italian at heart, but he's not Italian. He is from rural Idaho, and I am from rural Canada. So we are like, it's like we were separated at birth or something. I don't know. We're pretty tight. He and his family, I've worked with them for years in this industry. So, but Kent and I, although Kent is not Italian, we have been to Italy more than once together. It's a great place to go. Folks, if you get passionate about this company, we will take you to Italy. I'm not just saying that metaphorically, like, hey, on an average, webinar, you'll see images of Italy. No, we're actually taking people to Italy. We are doing this thing we're saying tagged for Italy. There's already first group of these that I'll be sending out. These are luggage tags that they look like this. And if you get one, that means that you're going to Italy. And I think it's a pretty cool thing, because we're going to take our top sales folks, first week of October, Adam, I believe. I'm trying to remember the dates.
That's what we're looking. We're looking at the first week of October right now, and
right.
we've been putting together some pretty amazing plans, and so super exciting. Gordon, if you don't mind, I'll share a few of the things we're looking at doing.
Go right ahead, Adam. Go right ahead.
But Gordon and I have been talking about this. We're also working very closely with Katya, who you may have met on some of our previous calls. Katya is the cousin of Joe and Gordon, and you're actually going to see a picture of her later in this slide deck. But Yeah, we've been working closely with Katya, and that's on purpose, right? She's a local. She is there on the ground. She knows all of the places that we should be going and seeing as a group that supports an Italian branded company. And so some of the things that we've been looking at doing is not only seeing the culture of Italy, so like the basilica that's there, some of the old churches and things like that, but also the heart of the olives, right? We want to go see the orchards. We want to go see how olives are harvested. We want to go see everything from the picking of the olives all the way down to them taking that wheel that goes around in a circle and crushes the olives. And then you watch all of it come out in this green, dark green fluid. These are all things that we are planning for this Italy trip. And this is going to be the very first of many trips. And so I encourage each and every one of you to push to get to this trip. Even if it's not this one, get to the next one, because this is going to be something that you are going to remember forever.
Yes. Also, there'll be other stuff. You're going to experience cultures and the foods. It's not going to be just like 100% olive time. Yeah, it's your red, white, and blue, right? Grab a bottle of wine with the person you love, and then stroll through Piazza San Marco. And oh my gosh, you guys, Venice is amazing. It says Veneto on our trip. It's because Veneto is the region. It's like saying, I don't know, do a little education here. If you're from, like, people are like, where are you from? Complicated question. Kent is from Idaho, but not just Idaho. He's from Weiser, Idaho. So Weiser, Idaho in the United States. My mother is from Treviso, Italy, which is in the province of Veneto. So we are not just staying in Venice. There's another destination that is kind of fun. So Adam, I don't know if we want to run it now or do you want to run it later? Just a little glimpse of what Veneto looks like.
Let's roll the video real quick. So let me pull that up on the screen for everybody. This is a fun and exciting video just to pique your interest and get you guys excited.
Definitely feels like it should be at the end of the call because somebody has to follow this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Adam. Folks, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm very proud of my Italian heritage. I also get to point out something. That's a photo on every one of our Prima and also on our olive oil. It's a picture of my mother and my late mom and my brother and I in Venice. So it's going to be fun to go back there with the group. Okay, so Adam, I don't remember what's next on the, there we go. Joe. Man, we're flying through them. Okay, there we go. I will turn the time to Joe. I think he's already been introduced. Mio fratellino, Giuseppe, Zio Beppe. Joe, can you take this next section for me, brother?
Grazie, Gordon. Appreciate it, big brother. Yeah, I'm the guy that follows that. Geesh.
Sorry. We're supposed to be at the end, but it's okay. It works.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Gosh darn it, Gord, you freaking big brother. You're making me emotional here. That was great. That was yeah, thanks. Okay, so but I get to talk about community, and I love this. And Kent, I loved that when you were showing about the and we're calling it community. We call it community because really this hails from the blue zones. We've talked a lot about blue zones, and if you're ever on the Dr. Jerry call, he talks about it quite in depth. And I love the way he weaves that into the story, because it happens to be that blue zones are just areas where they're studying people. How are these people living so long? And happens to be that Italy has a blue zone, and it happens to be that Greece has a blue zone, and these are traditionally where people will live more than 100 years old. And one of the aspects of it is community. It's very important. Now, of course, that region we talk about, part of the magic of the Prima, we harness that with the extra virgin olive oil, which is right at the top of the list of what they're consuming on a regular basis, on a daily basis. But community is a big part of that, and we do that well at Oliabo. And so we've started a series of meetings, and it's been fantastic. Started with Mike and Betty and Rod and Kim, which I want to introduce Rod and Kim here just a moment, from North Carolina, and then we've done some meetings with Liddy and her team in Minnesota. And Kent, I want to point out that Liddy's on that list of the top 3. And Amber as well is from that group. So this is all within the last month. That's what happens when we bring the community, the Oliabo community, together. We need to be together. There's something special about in the direct sales and the sales business. We call it belly to belly, coming together, people being together. And I think one thing that we've heard resoundingly from people all around the world is, we need to get people together again and do meetings. And so we're doing that. So Rod, Adam, if you can pull up Rod Garnis, Rod and Kim. In fact, while you're pulling them up, they're going to pull up a few of their testimonials from the group. I want to point out, when I did, speaking of like the beauty of coming together, Rod and Kim had me at their personal restaurant. It's voted one of the best high-end restaurants. It's like the top 3 or something, Rod. I can't remember. Top 3 in the whole nation. And I had the opportunity to eat there. So I have this proudly on my wall. I just pulled it off from a different part of the wall, but I had the proudly on my wall, and they've even signed it over. It's called Second Empire. So it's awesome. Rod and Kim, do we have Rod and Kim on this call right now?
Rod and Kim.
We do. There they are. Hey, can you
real
unmute,
quick?
Rod?
I know there's 2 individuals that you guys are going to introduce, and I'm trying to add those 2 individuals, Reynolds and Shane. If you can accept the promotion to panelist, that'll allow you to talk when it's your turn. So go ahead, Rod and Kim.
Can you
guys
unmute?
You're muted too, Rod and Kim. So
we're not technically savvy like our son and everybody else, but thank you so much for inviting us on the call. I wanted to quick show you all, if I can pull it up. I don't mean to take a lot of time, but we've got, you can see that we put a signed menu for Joe on our wall. He's right next to Barbara Mandrell and Joe Theismann. So that's we're very honored to have Joe back in the coming months. And we just had a fantastic time when Joe came, and we are just so elated to be a part of this whole program, because it's been just a joy to see the product work so well in people's lives. And like to talk about the community, being able to connect with people that we've not, on our day-to-day lives, we get so busy that we don't take time to reach out to people. And this gives us an opportunity to share a great story, a great product with our friends and family. What we're going to do is introduce our son, Reynolds. This is not only, we're older parents and we have aches and pains, but this product is not only for us elderly people that have gone through life. The young people are seeing benefits from this as well. And we wanted to share with the group 2 dynamic young men, our son Reynolds, which I'm biased, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. But also Shane, his friend. Shane is a hockey player. He just got done the Junior Canes out here in Raleigh. They won the national championship. And Shane is a great hockey player. He's a vital part of that that junior Canes team. Our son Reynolds is an athlete as well. He plays basketball, but they have really, enjoyed using the product. I think they came into it kind of skeptically because, when your parents tell you to do stuff, you usually don't do it, and or you don't like to do it. And they start taking it, and they got the results that they probably didn't expect. But anyway, if they're available, I'd like to bring them on. But we just thank you so much for everything that you all are doing. We're just over the moon with all of this, all the things that are going on, and we're seeing growth in our organization, and we're being able to help a lot of people.
Hey, thank you, Rod and Kim. It's awesome. It's so great having Reynolds. I heard all about you, Reynolds, when we were having our meeting a month ago or so. And it's a pleasure to have you on. And Shane, you just had Gordon and I, our ears perked up when we heard hockey. We're both hockey fans. So which one do you want to have go first? Should we have Reynolds go first, Rod?
Sure.
You can just unmute Reynolds, and you can share your story real quickly with us. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, definitely at first, when I first heard about it, of course, there's always gonna be like some sort of skepticism, but something that like I actually did notice is that, yeah, like obviously I don't have as like many aches or pains as like my parents do, because like I'm a lot younger, I'm a lot more active, I'm constantly doing something. But something that I have noticed, is that like it's really slimmed my face down. Like if I have this in the morning before or like right after breakfast, I'm not gonna like be as hungry throughout the rest of the day. And so it's like really actually helping with like the inflammations that I'm having on my face. And so I think that's really good. And then also just like another thing that I've just noticed, this doesn't even like necessarily have to do with like the physical changes, but I've been doing like research into this and stuff like this. And this is just always something that I've always been interested about. Before the Rockefellers basically took over like the whole hospitalization thing, a main thing that they would actually use in the hospitals originally was olive oil. And so this is what like a lot of the people who are in like a lot higher power, they actually still use a lot of olive oil because of its like natural ingredients and the anti-inflammatory aspects of it.
That's great. Thank you, Reynolds. Love it. I think you were overseas when I was having that meeting with your parents. So it's great to be able to meet you. Shane, why don't you join us, our good hockey player, Shane? What position do you play, by the way, Shane?
I'm a defenseman.
Yes, I'm left defense.
Sure. Who's your favorite
I play
team,
left
though?
defense. I'm a little bit older than you, so I'm pretty slow, but
The
awesome.
Leafs.
Shane.
Don't worry, Shane. It's like
Okay. I'm a Leafs fan too.
Oh, you are?
Really?
Yeah, Leafs and Rangers.
All right. We definitely, okay, we'll have to take that offline. Shane,
Yeah.
right? But we could talk about that all night. Shane, tell us about your experience.
Yeah, I mean, first off, thank you guys for having me. It was actually pretty crazy. I know Rod and Kim obviously introduced me to it, and like Reynolds said, I was a bit skeptical at first. Obviously, I believe and I trust in them, but I didn't think that it would be so powerful so quickly. But then within literally the first, I would say, week and a half, 2 weeks, I started taking it, consistently, the vitamin or the pills every day, and my skin cleared up so much. Obviously, the winter was getting over with, so a lot of times in winter I break out really bad. And so within literally a week and a half, it was all gone. My skin was, back to being really clear and almost like glass again. So that was really good. A lot like Reynolds said too, I noticed that my face definitely slimmed up a lot. So it helped me there. And then, in a time where, summer's coming up, want to really get back in shape, get the physique there. I'm trying to cut weight a little bit. And I noticed that, I take it in the mornings, with breakfast, with some water. And it really does suppress my appetite as well. So I don't really get hungry until, 3 or 4 p.m. And right now for me, that's super big, trying to cut weight, and slim down a little bit for the upcoming months. So overall, yeah, it's been really great, and I'm loving it so far.
Wow. Thank you, Shane. That's so cool.
Yeah, no
really
problem.
grateful to have you and Reynolds on. Thank you for taking the time. And Rod and Kim, you guys are awesome.
Thank you so
Congrats
much.
on being on the leaderboard right now. That was cool to see.
You got to know, I just got to tell you, Shane, thank you, brother. You're on the Junior Canes. So in my office, I got a Michael Ruzioni signature 100 years ago, like the American
Wow.
Ice Captain.
All right.
And then, okay, I grew up in Canada. I have not one, but two hockey jerseys currently. And
That's amazing.
most nights, there's at least once or twice a week where I'm at we have a team here now, the Mammoth. So, brother,
Yeah.
respect. Jeez,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
You know, it's pretty
Respect.
I
amazing.
appreciate it, man.
It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Shane and Reynolds, I wish I would have known about olive oil and olive-derived products when I was your age, because it's
Oh,
incredible the things that it's
100%.
doing for me and for so much of our audience who's older. But starting when you're young, the type of internal protection that's now happening in your life that you don't necessarily notice because you're young and you're not feeling those aches and pains,
Yeah.
but the longevity that it's producing and building upon in your life now and over the next years and decades, if you continue to do that, is just incredible.
I
Also,
love it.
Shane, my brother Joe that just talked has a little scar right here that I high sticked him when he was about probably 10 on the ice. So he's gonna start rubbing Viso Luxe on it because he's
Yeah, he's gonna need that.
Yeah, true story. You'll see it when you're up close. But anyway,
Luckily, I have my teeth, Shane. I have my
I
teeth,
get
but you know,
Yeah, me
but,
too.
But I have broken my skin open quite a lot over the years.
Yikes.
But hey, it's so great to have you. This is wonderful. Rod and Kim, thank you. God bless.
Thank
We'll be
you.
with you in just like a little over a month. Stoked to be there.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks, you guys.
Okay, so we are excited right now for the next segment, and it's timed well because we just heard these great stories and experiences. We've got Dr. Vaughn Johnson. Look at that handsome man. Look at that. Look at that handsome man up there in Montana. He is a medical doctor up in Montana, but he was a medical doctor here in Utah, and that's how Gordon and I know him very well. He was actually Gord, I think he was your doctor at one point. He's definitely our parents' doctor, and he
Yep.
delivered our brother's children. And anyways, we go way back with Dr. Johnson, but he works in an ER unit up in Montana. We're grateful that you took the time to join us. So Dr. Johnson, welcome to our call. Oh, you got to unmute, brother. We all do it. Just unmute.
Okay, I just
There
think
we
it's
go.
great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining. Those are some great stories, eh, Dr. Johnson? So fun.
Great stories, and of course, from my standpoint, not surprising.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with Curtis what he said. I'm so glad Curtis piped in, because imagine if we knew this stuff when we were like at that age. You know what I mean? Like, it's incredible the difference it'll make, and not just in lifespan, like we always talk about, but health span. You know, so we have the health span as well.
There's a little flash from the past there, Dr. J.
That
if you
is a
can see
flash
it.
from the past.
Yeah. That is my
long time
cousin
ago.
Katya with
Oh, I
you.
love it.
Like, I don't know how many years ago. A few. I found that in the archives. I thought I'd throw it in today.
So fun. So we got you on the call today. We started with a couple weeks ago with Ashley was able to ask some questions. We thought we'd continue that going. So Ashley, let's go ahead and start a little discussion with Dr. Johnson on extra virgin olive oil, the extracts, and skincare.
Yes, thank you so much for coming back. So last time you came on, we only gave you like 5 minutes to talk, and we wanted you for a little bit longer this time. So, okay, so if you just listen to Shane, I kind of want to talk about that. So could you maybe talk about how Prima could be helping someone benefit by clearing their skin? How would that work?
Well, certainly he brought up a couple of points, but what a great segue, right, into things that we want to talk about. And I can't believe
Right.
Gordon has known you for over 19, 20 years. So he must have met you when you were in the first grade. So that's awesome.
Not true. You were at 20, 21, Ashley, I think, when I met you. So
Stop
I don't
giving
want to
away my
out your age.
Well, obviously she's living proof that the skin, taking care of your skin works.
That's it.
Me, not so much. Anyway, so, it certainly, the extract from the olive leaf and from the entire olive fruit itself contains those very potent nutrients that very well could, from the inside out, enhance skin. Most definitely, because it does a couple things. It's going to help, natural antibacterial properties, which for the younger population, oftentimes the skin is picked on because of, bad bacteria, as we call it. And then also, being a powerful anti-inflammatory and a powerful antioxidant kind of helps calm down some of the and protects the skin from the sun derived light radicals and free radicals that we get exposed to. And so most definitely, I like their comment too, that they notice that they have some what we call satiety, or they're not quite as hungry through the day. And a lot of that is putting, healthy fats into the system will maintain satiety. In addition to, hopefully they're eating a healthy breakfast and getting plenty of protein first thing in the morning, and that's going to make a big difference too. And so, to me, it gives a great overview on what people certainly can expect to see and feel.
Yeah, that's incredible. So, speaking of things you would eat in the morning for breakfast to help you maintain this kind of diet, along with Prima, what would you recommend someone their age, someone a little bit older or in between eat? Is it protein with Prima? Is there anything that we should be eating in the morning?
Well, certainly protein with healthy fats are going to be your key. You don't want to consume a lot of what we call refined carbohydrates, but unfortunately, and this is a rabbit hole we can go down for a long, long time. So don't get me started on this. And Joe knows exactly what we're talking about here. They, and I don't want to offend all the vegans and vegetarians, but probably the best breakfast you can have is steak and eggs. And so to really start your day, because it gives you an adequate load of protein, you're in a fasted state overnight. And so when you, quote, break that fast, and that doesn't have to be at 6 or 7 in the morning, right? That can be later in the morning, and that's okay. But getting the healthy fats and the proteins are the key. The carbohydrates that oftentimes we're exposed to, in the forms of pancakes and some of the other grains, in the morning, really kind of wreak havoc on the system and don't really set your tone for the day of your body maintaining a healthy energy level for hours. And this is why, especially kids, will oftentimes get exposed to refined foods in the morning in the form of cereal. And 1 or 2 hours later, they're starving, at school. They're extremely hungry. And the reason is because their, hormones and especially the hormone insulin spikes, and then it turns into a mess. And so it in combination with Prima, if you're eating healthy fats and a good amount of protein, and I would say I'd strive for 30 grams of protein easy in that first meal of the day. Yeah, you're going to see extreme benefits in the world of satiety. And if you keep up those good habits, you'll see, weight reduction.
And to their point, Dr. Johnson, I'm just jump in here, Ashley. To their point, I find that as well. Gordon mentions it quite regularly too. And this is a testimonial we're hearing from all over the world, is just don't feel like you want to eat as much. You don't feel like you need to eat as much. And I believe it's exactly what you're talking about, the high-phenolic extra virgin olive oil, but those extracts are powerful and they all have that kind of an effect as well. And I'm sure if we were to open up the lines here on the Zoom call, we'd probably have people saying, oh yes, me too, because we're hearing this quite regularly.
Well, and I think one additional thing real quick too is, the polyphenols and the high-phenolic, as you mentioned, compounds within this feed your good bacteria. And anytime you maintain a healthy microbiome, you're going to make your own endogenous, what everybody knows nowadays is GLP-1. And anytime you create your own GLP-1, which is predominantly made by bacteria within the gut, you're going to have satiety and you're going to feel full longer and lose that interest in snacking throughout the day.
That's
excellent.
I know, that's so interesting. So should I get rid of my sourdough bread that I eat my egg on and covered in olive oil every morning, or is that okay?
No, sourdough is actually a good choice. If you're going to have a grain, that's a good choice. So good for you. Yeah.
Okay. Feel better about having some carbs. Okay, so I'm like, oh great, I'm doing everything wrong. Okay, let's talk about olive oil a little bit. So what is it about olive oil that makes it so uniquely nutritional as well?
Well, we've kind of mentioned this before, and Gordon alluded to it before, that, Mother Nature gave it this wonderful gift that's been around for thousands of years. And the thing that's fun about it is there's documentation for thousands of years in the medical community about the healing powers of the olive. And, and then you take, the gift of nature, and then you add the wisdom of man, and then you combine these things into a product like Prima. then you're taking advantage of not only eating the fruit, but also bringing in the extracts from the leaf. And that's that's not something you'd sit there and gnaw on that leaf. And so to be able to get that into a capsule that will, absorb into the body and get you those compounds, which, as we've mentioned, very powerful anti-inflammatory. And the thing that's fun about it, and, Reynolds alluded to it earlier, he did some research, and, all you have to do is get on PubMed and type in olive oil, and you're going to see thousands of papers that over the last several years that have been written about the wonderful benefits. And so, and then, as I mentioned, powerful antimicrobial benefits, antioxidant benefits, which are extremely important to maintain a healthy amount of antioxidants, because we're constantly in our world today under what we call oxidative stress. And so, which will wreak havoc from the inside out. And also, oxidative stress is hard on the skin.
Mm. Oh, you're talking about skin now, because I was going to shift to skin right after this. That's crazy. Okay, so I want to talk about skincare right now. And I feel like everywhere I look, it's always a 7-step, 12-step, 10-step skincare routine that people do. I've tried to do like a 5-step one. It is not for me. I am a 3-step person max. I don't have time for this. Do you think that sometimes skincare is overcomplicated? What effects do certain steps, certain retinols, certain ingredients have on your skin that a more simple approach could actually really benefit your skin?
Oh, most definitely. And that's a great point, because even in the world of medicine, we prescribe things, and the big pharma is constantly trying to come up with sustained release products so that it's once a day dosing, because compliance goes up dramatically. Anytime you go beyond 2 days and 2 times a day, or 3 times, if you go up to 3 times a day, compliance goes down dramatically. And so the point is that when you go to a 5 or 7-step skincare, you're going to eliminate every Y chromosome on the planet, right? Because men, we're not going to do that. And if you drop it to 3, that might go up pretty dramatically. You drop it to 1, all inclusive, hey, we're in, and so now you've brought in a whole nother customer base. But the point is that anytime you can simplify, and I know even today for women, it's extremely important, for the skincare. And I think we should go over that and why that's important here in a minute. But it's wonderful if you own it, but you got to use it, right? I mean, if it's just sitting on your cupboard, it's really not doing you a lot of good. And that's why, there's good, better, and best. The good is that you thought about it. The better is that you actually purchased it, and it's best if you actually use it, right?
For sure. Yes. I mean, if I could force myself to do this, I'm sure things would work out. But I have a whole bag of things that I've wasted money on that aren't going to work, like retinols. So retinols, apparently you have to use them specifically a few days off, a few days on, and you can't go in the sun, and you have to wait a few weeks after it irritates your skin to actually see results. And I didn't obviously make it. So that's another thing that I've been looking into is natural retinols like bakuchiol. We talked about that last time. And how do we get around all of these items like retinols, different skin peelers with a more natural approach to it, I guess?
Well, I mean, again, this is where you take advantage of what's in. I think there's a product out there called Viso Luxe or something like that. But nonetheless, it truly simplifies by combining, the powerful nutrients that Mother Nature knows exactly what she's doing. We just got to be able to tap into it in a way that's usable and not create a bigger mess. And so, as we mentioned last time, not only is important what's in the product, but what's not in the product. And what I mean by that is a lot of unwanted chemicals and preservatives that are in most of our personal care products that are extremely dangerous and have been shown to be, carcinogenic. And that's a fancy word for causing cancer, right? And so the fact that you develop a clean product that can address and have the same effects. And this, we didn't make this up. These are studies that show that it has the same powerful effects as a retinol, in the sense of helping with the skin and then also the powerful antimicrobial, and then the ability to enhance skin collagen. I mean, there's products you're going to spend a lot of money for that. And so be able to put that on your face every day and have science tell you that that's going to help, because collagen is really kind of that matrix underneath your skin that maintains its integrity and the fullness. And so to be able to enhance your collagen with a natural product, to me, is just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's bakuchiol and the olive leaf extract. That honestly, when we discovered this, we're like, we're full force putting this in as many products as we can for the facial skin sagging and the deep set lines and wrinkles. I mean, PubMed. Big fan.
Well,
But
and
yeah.
adding antioxidants, as we discussed, and putting that on your skin. And as you create a healthier skin, not only do you slow the aging process in the skin and in your looks, but you're also enhancing your barrier. Your skin is a protective barrier against our external environment. And so if your skin isn't healthy, you're going to absorb a lot of unwanted pesticides and other type of inflammation causing new chemicals that are going to wreak havoc throughout the entire body, or what we call systemic. And so anytime you enhance that barrier, not only will you absorb a lot of those nutrients into the body from the skin, but you're also having a direct effect on the skin to create a healthier skin condition, which again is going to be phenomenal in the long run.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know that, actually, that you're absorbing these things through your skin as well, and it does affect your body. And that's honestly, I know people say it, they talk about environmental things, but I don't think a lot of people actually believe that this is happening to them. Could this affect, I don't know, what are some of the effects that it would have on your body? Could it affect your gut, your brain? How does that happen?
Oh, most definitely. And so, in fact, as I stated, systemically, it creates a lot of inflammation. And so things that you absorb through your skin will not only have a direct impact on your digestive system, in the sense of chemicals that are harsh on your bacteria. You'll also have an effect on the brain. So people might experience brain fog, forgetfulness, some mild cognitive impairment, as we call it, or MCI. People can also experience, if you get really into it, you're talking about at the cellular level, you can damage your mitochondria. And this we're seeing more and more with these chemicals, because they interfere and create that oxidative stress. And so they interfere with the production of energy. And very common, and in fact, here's a little statistic. If you live next to a golf course, the risk of you developing a condition like Parkinson's is 700 times greater than if you don't. Well, why is that? Well, because you're being exposed to pesticides and fertilizers that are in the air at certain times of the month to keep those golf courses gorgeous. And I'm certainly not saying don't play golf. You should play golf, right? But what I'm saying is that you absorb that through your skin. And when you absorb that through your skin, it has a direct effect on your nervous system, and then people can develop Parkinson-like symptoms. And so, again, to maintain a healthy skin is crucial to maintain, as Joe alluded to earlier, that health span, so that not only as we live longer, we live healthier.
That's incredible. I don't live near a golf course, but I live in a downtown city, and I don't know what's worse, honestly. Could you explain what mitochondria is to everyone, just in case?
Yeah, mitochondria. This is a little term that we all learned back in 7th grade biology, and it's a little tiny organelle, as we call it. And what that means, it's a little substance that's inside of your cells, every one of your cells. And we learned that there was, one little mitochondria in each of our cells. No, there's thousands. There's somewhere north of quadrillions, not trillions, but quadrillions mitochondria within your body. And they play an extremely important role in many chemical reactions within the body, but predominantly what they're known for is the creation of energy. And so there are little energy, our little, ever ready batteries within our bodies that are creating what we call ATP or energy. And so if you don't have healthy mitochondria, and the reason this is becoming important is because science can now actually study this, and they can start to do tests to help you understand, the condition of your mitochondria. And so if your mitochondria are dysfunctional, you're not going to feel well, and you're going to have a lot of symptoms similar to what we just brought up, especially chronic fatigue issues, and you're going to have a lot of muscle aches and pains, sometimes autoimmune conditions, brain fog as it goes into the brain area. Your brain's one of the largest areas of mitochondria in addition to your heart and your liver. And your liver is important to have mitochondria because it takes a lot of energy to detoxify on a daily basis.
Thank you. That was super interesting. Okay, we're about out of time. Is there anything you want to add that we haven't talked about yet?
Well, we're going to go over a lot of stuff in the future too, right, Ashley?
Of course. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so, just know that by taking these things daily, so taking Prima daily, right? That's the key. Not a couple times a month, not once a week, daily. And by doing that, you're giving your body a chance to truly improve its own health. And the body can do it if it's given the right nutrients. And that's what you're doing with Prima.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being on. Thanks for all this information. It's so helpful. And I think it's exciting. I love learning new things, love hearing about all of it. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, always glad to help. And we're certainly looking forward to doing it in the future.
Yep.
Dr. J, you're the best. Ashley, thank you so much. I don't know why I tried to give you a heart. I gave myself hearts. I don't know how that works, but no, I'll give you propers from here. Yeah, I had a costume change for it because we had hockey players on the line. So let me just finish off. Thank you to everybody on the call. I'm going to finish off with a little promotion for a date, May the 4th. And I know it sounds like May the Force be with you. It's because there's part of it that is a technology related element of what we're going to be doing on May the 4th. So here's like, what's going to happen on May the 4th? I'm like, you have to be there May the 4th. So share the date. If you know some defeated networkers or some unenlightened nutritional herbal gerbils that haven't ascended in a few years, we're about to change that. And I don't know if you can feel that. I had a department once that made fun of me because I used to do this. I would be like, can you feel that? And this is our year, 2026. It's my year. It's your year. It's our year. Dr. J's and all the wonderful folks on the line, all of you. So on May the 4th, we tune in, and there'll be plenty of teasers between now and then, but it's going to be a big announcement. So folks, I'm trying to think, Adam, I don't think there's another slide after this. Am I correct? Is that the last slide? Am I leaving on? Oh, grazie. Okay. Yes, that is in Italian for thank you. Joe and I are Italian. I would speak a little Italian, but it's really awful right now. So thank you for everybody on the line, all of our wonderful, talented folks, all of you in the field too, not just the folks that spoke today, but Malcolm and Ray and Donna and Brenda and Dr. Jerry and Hernan and Rob and etc. I don't want to do names. I'll leave people out. But you guys have the best week of your life. We're going to join you again, same time, same place next week. And don't forget, for those who are interested, there is a short training call tomorrow about sprint. So yeah. Cheers. Andiamo. Grazie tante.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thanks
Ciao,
for joining.
everyone. Grazie.
Recording stop.